In question B, it tells us that a password uses 2 letters. So that means we're going to have 2 spaces for the letters of the alphabet. We know that there are 26 letters in the alphabet, followed by 4 digits. So from 0 to 9, there are 10 different digits, where repetition of letters are allowed and of digits. So what is the probability that the code would start with a vowel? So we should know that there are 5 vowels and then end with an even digit greater than 4. So after 4, we get 6 and 8. So there are only 2 possibilities for that. So let's start. So it has to start with a vowel. So there's 1 of 5 options. And because repetition is allowed, there are 26 different letters to choose from for the second letter. Then we know that it must end with a digit greater than 4. So there's 2 options over there. And then because repetition is again allowed for the digits, each of the other 3 digits would have 10 options to choose from. So this question now asks for the probability, which means the probability of this event would be a fraction. So we're going to put our specific outcomes for this criteria at the top over the total number of possible outcomes for a digit with 2 letters and 4 digits between 0 and 9. So if we put this into the calculator, then our final answer would just be 1 over 26. Then in question C, it says, given that A and B are 2 events in a sample space, the number in the sample space is 10 and the number of event A is 9. Then the probability of not B is 0.2. So Masego argues that the probability of A and B is at least 70%. Do you agree with this? And then justify your answer with reasoning and calculations. So the first thing that comes to mind is our probability rule. So we got the probability of A or B equals the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A and B. So we need a few things. The first one is the probability of A that we can get. It is 9 out of the 10, which is also 0.9 in decimal places. And then for the probability of B, we would just say 1 minus not B, and that would give us the probability of B. So we got 0.9 plus 0.8. Now, this question wants to know about the probability of A and B. So I'm going to move the probability of A and B to the left. And now I will be subtracting the probability of A or B on the right. So then if I simplify this a little bit, I've got the probability of A and B, which is now 1.7 minus the OR part. OR means that either the one event or the other one would happen. So the OR part, the probability of A or, sorry, wrong sign, the probability of A or B would lie between a maximum of 1 and 0. So the probability of either one of the events that might happen could be 0 or it could be a maximum of 1. So if I now subtract the maximum of 1, then it leaves me with 0.7, which is also the same as 70% if I times that with 100. So therefore, his estimate or the probability is correct. And yes, we do agree with him for this question.